what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Black Adam. Now this is a spin-off of Shazam, and this is also the 11th film in the DC Extended Universe. And I know they are calling this DCU now too as well. Instead of DCEU, they're calling it just DC Universe now. Now this film is directed by Jaume Collet-Serra, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and you have Dwayne Johnson in the role of the title character. Now you also have like other actresses and actresses in the film too as well. Like you have Pierce Brosnan like in the role of Dr. Fate, and you also have Aldis Hodge as Hawkman or Carter Hall. You also have Noah Centineo, I think that's how you pronounce it, as the Atom Smasher. There was like a bunch of like characters, Marvin Kenzari as Ishmael, and it's like other ones too I want to touch on, but I just leave it at that. But this film again, it was like based on the DC Comics character of Black Adam, who was originally like I think like a kind of like a villain, a super villain. Then they turned him into like an anti-hero. Now I must admit, of the DC films, I think this is probably like the weakest in my opinion. I thought it was just a pretty decent film which has some pretty cool like battles in it. And I thought the character of Dr. Fate that Pierce Brosnan played, I thought he was a pretty cool like character too, like especially like his magical abilities, where his powers, the things that he can do. I thought it was kind of cool because he has his helmet, you know, that can let him see like the future and so on. Because I was already kind of familiar with Dr. Fate, and I was already kind of feeling him. Now that they had Pierce Brosnan in the role, I thought it was even much better. You know, I thought it was a pretty cool role. Now the film itself is dealing with the idea that Teth Adam, who is actually a Black Adam, you know, that's what his real name is like Teth Adam. He was bestowed with these like almighty like superpowers, which are very powerful, by the gods. But after he gets uses his rage, because you see moments of him doing that in the film, when he gets like really upset, like his rage, like he has like uncontrol, like he's not able to control his powers, and he can cause some serious damage. Because he does this like in the past, where he gets so like rageful, like so mean with his powers, that he causes like a lot of people to be killed, like a lot of his own people to be killed, and that's when they imprison him for like 5,000 years. So eventually he is like free, like 5,000 years later, like in prison, like modern day, in this place known as Kahndaq. So of course, you know, once he's free, he still kind of has like this vengeful attitude. He wants to like destroy, and like he kills like a lot of people at the beginning. Like once he's actually free, he goes around killing like tons of like soldiers, and these are actually like the enemies in the film. But then eventually, you know, he has to stop them for finding like this crown and so on. That I don't want to get into it too much because it kind of spoil it. Basically, once he's free, he has like the modern day superheroes like the Justice Society. That's what their entire like group is called, which forms Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher, and Cyclone. These are the various like heroes who try to stop him at first, but eventually, you know, I don't want to ruin it. You know, they have to team up with him and so on to take out this other threat too in the film. Now I want to kind of touch on like the various like characters of the film, like Carter Hall, Hawkman. He's the leader of the Justice Society, and he's the one who has to group them all together to stop this threat of Black Adam. Then you also have the Atom Smasher. He's like a young member of the Justice Society. He has like this meta-human ability which can make himself like grow real large and so on. So it's pretty cool. Then you also have Adriana Tomaz. She's kind of like one of the main protagonists of the film too as well. She's like this professor and resistance fighter in modern day Kahndaq, and she actually believes that Black Adam could be like a help to them, because she also has like a son too as well. Then you also have Ishmael Gregor, and like I said, I guess they already know that he turns out to be the antagonist, like the villain of the film, and he's after like this crown and so on and everything. Then there's also Maxine Hunkel Cyclone. She's like this woman with this meta-human ability which can control like I think like wind and all that kind of stuff like that. Hers was kind of weird and odd, but it was still okay. Then you also have other characters like Adriana's teenage son Amon. I think he's played by Bodai Sambangu. Yeah, Amon. He's actually another one who befriends Black Adam and takes Black Adam actually into his room. I thought moments like that were kind of cool and funny. So he's kind of there, and he believes that Black Adam could be like a big help. But then they'll eventually learn about what he did like in the past and so on. And then you also have Pierce Brosnan, like I mentioned before, as Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate. and he's like the elder of the Justice Society. Like I said, he's pretty cool because he has his helmet that makes him see like the future and all that kind of stuff like that. Plus he has like these magical abilities and so on. So I thought his role was pretty cool. Now, like I said, I just leave it at that because I don't want to touch too much on it. Because like I said, at times the film and the story itself, it just was kind of like I don't know, it didn't really take off for me. I thought it was okay. Like I said, they had some awesome fight sequences. Some of the visual effects, I thought Black Adam himself looked pretty cool. Like Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam, I thought his role was kind of cool. So even like I said, Dr. Fate, even Hawkman, all like the kind of heroes and stuff, like Arm Smasher and Cyclone, they were pretty cool. And so even like the villain kind of towards like the end of the film, I thought he looked pretty cool too as well. It just was like, I think it had like some pacing issues, and it was just something about it just didn't really take off for me. And there are like some Easter eggs in this film, and I'm sure everybody heard about the one like doing like the mid credits. So you got to watch some of the credits, and you get like a very awesome Easter egg in this particular film, which I think is cool. I'm sure we all probably know what that is. You know, if you've been keeping up with what's going on for Black Adam. But in the end, I kind of still believe this probably was like the, if I'm not mistaken, the weakest of the DC universe films that I have seen. So in the end, Black Adam, I think it was like okay, but still just wasn't really that good to me. So I'm going to be giving Black Adam like a C. And I would still recommend it for fans of like the DC Extended Universe films. I would still recommend it for that crew. But like I said, it just didn't really take off for me, so I'm just giving this a C. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.